two really consequential things are going on in U.S. politics right now. Two things in which the thing that makes them really consequential events will not be overtly discussed. There's the surface event, the sort of headline, and then there's the important thing that is below the surface. The first of these is something being done by Texas Governor Rick Perry. He is hosting a gala lobbyist fundraiser tonight at the Willard Hotel in Washington, D.C. As legend has it, the word lobbyist exists because of the Willard Hotel. The Willard is close to the White House, and back in the late 1800s, people who were trying to get favors done in D.C. would supposedly hang out in the opulent lobby of the Willard Hotel, waiting for politicians or cabinet officers or maybe even the president to come by that hotel so they could schmooze that person. Those Willard Hotel lobbyists helped give the whole lobbyist profession its name. At least that's the somewhat spurious legend, which the Willard Hotel itself enthusiastically promotes. Well, tonight, the Willard Hotel lobbyist fundraiser for Rick Perry constitutes what his campaign is describing as his Washington kickoff for his presidential run. NBC's Michael Isikoff obtained an invitation to the event. It lists a 28-member host committee. At least 20 of the 28 people on the host committee are high-level K Street lobbyists. And all 28 of the people on the host committee had to agree, in order to get their names on this invitation tonight, to give Rick Perry's campaign at least $10,000. So on the one hand, sort of surface level, this will be a nice night for Rick Perry. He will go to this nice hotel that gave lobbyists their name in the first place. He will clear at least $280,000 for his campaign. That will pad his fundraising numbers nicely for when he has to turn them in on Friday. On the surface, this is all good news for Governor Rick Perry of Texas. The thing that will go unsaid, however, the thing perhaps roiling beneath that calm surface, is what else NBC's Michael Isikoff has been able to report about tonight's Perry event. Quote, a D.C. lobbying source tells NBC the host committee for Perry's fundraiser tonight remains a list in flux because organizers have had trouble nailing down commitments from other top lobbyists they had hoped to include. The problem reflects new doubts about Perry, both because of his stumbling debate performance last week and questions about whether he will have the staying power to make it through the primary gauntlet, says the D.C. lobbyist who had been courted by organizers of the event and who is now spilling the beans about it to NBC's Michael Isikoff. This is sort of trouble for Rick Perry. What does Rick Perry supposedly have going for him as a candidate? Seems really conservative. Well, all of the other Republican candidates have taken about 10 notches out of him on that one. Supposed to be very charismatic until he started showing up at the debates and going hubba 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 whenever anybody asked him a question. But third, and perhaps most importantly, in the way that we do politics now, Rick Perry is supposed to be a hand-over-fist fundraiser, right? The idea was that, sure, Mitt Romney personally is a zillionaire, but all of the zillionaires in the country who aren't Mitt Romney are supposed to want to give their money to somebody like Rick Perry. Apparently not. At least, apparently not tonight. So that is one of the two big events going on in U.S. politics tonight, where the headline, where what is going to be happening overtly at the event is not the most important thing about that event. The other big thing going on right now, tonight, in politics, as we speak, where the true importance of the event will not be overtly spoken of, is this. This is the podium that at any minute now, will be hosting Republican Governor Chris Christie of New Jersey. Chris Christie is the governor of New Jersey. He is the sitting governor of a state that is on the East Coast. And that means that, frankly, he has no official reason for being at this podium, which is at the Reagan Library in Southern California. But there he is expected to be any moment. This has been a real grass is always greener year for Republican presidential candidates. The Republican with the most and best buzz has consistently been whoever is not in the race but might someday get in. Chris Christie has enjoyed putting himself in the position to be asked over and over and over again if he is running. And before tonight, he has consistently said, no, 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 I couldn't possibly. Thank you for asking. Please ask again. But no. Tonight, even though his aides are telling reporters that he has no intention of declaring that he definitely is going to be running for president, the reason everybody is paying so much attention to this speech he is giving in California tonight is because there is word that tonight may be the night that Chris Christie, well, he doesn't exactly say yes, but tonight may be the night that he stops saying no. And, yeah, that does sound kind of gross. That's Beltway politics for you, and that does seem to be what's happening. We're told to watch not necessarily for a statement in the speech itself, but for the way he answers questions immediately after the speech. These two political events happening simultaneously in U.S. politics tonight are related to each other. The renewed speculation about Governor Christie is in part because of Rick Perry's little problem tonight in D.C. As lobbyists and big money donors are starting to spill the beans, and some of them say they are not so sure about Rick Perry, lobbyists and really, really, really big money donors are now coming out of the proverbial closet about their support for Chris Christie. Folks like the billionaire founder of Home Depot, the hedge fund magnate Paul Singer, personal investment guru Charles Schwab, cosmetics baroness Georgette Mosbacher, and drumroll please, the richest man in all of New York, David Koch of the famous Koch brothers. We have known for some time now that the Koch brothers are big fans of Chris Christie. Earlier this month, Mother Jones and Brad Friedman reported that Governor Christie was a guest of the Koch brothers at one of their secret Masters of